So I just got back from riding the Africa Twin in, of all places, South Africa, of course. Where else would Honda want to launch their big new bike for this year? So it uses the legendary Africa Twin name from the 80s, but the new one is all new. It's called the CRF 1000L Africa Twin. But the styling is designed by Honda's Italian designer, and he very much took a lot of influences from the original Africa Twin and brought it bang up to date with a mix of the CRF 450 rally bike that Honda race in the Dakar. Now, we've been riding two versions, the manual bike and the DCT bike, which stands for dual clutch transmission. Now, the manual bike just uses a clutch and a gear lever on your foot as any other bike. The DCT bike, you use like an automatic almost. So you push a right-hand button, put it in drive or put it into sport mode, and then you just twist the throttle and go. I have to say, I haven't been a big fan of this system on other Hondas, but this is the latest generation. And it's absolutely staggering how it works for most of the time. So around town, you just twist the throttle and go. And when we rode the DCT bike off-road, I couldn't believe how well it worked. You can come down a steep incline, rocky incline, don't have to think about changing gear, don't have to think about where the clutch is, just twist the power and go. And it gave me back 10% more of my brain power to actually look where I was going and make sure I wasn't going to crash on the off-road section. Now the chassis is good, it's new, it's based on this 450 rally bike. If you ride it really hard, it feels like you might just ride off the edge of the tyres, but look, we were pushing this bike pretty hard. Ride it, wind it back in by 5%, and the thing is good. It handles nicely, it's really agile. The motor, it's a parallel twin, a 1000cc parallel twin. It's not the most powerful thing you're ever going to ride, makes 93.8 horsepower, but it's got a lovely spread of power to it. It's 270-degree crank, means you can find traction. And saying that, it's got a 3-level traction control in it anyway. Play around with it if you get to ride one. I left it on one most of the time, sometimes had it on, sometimes had it off-road, but the system works beautifully. And all round, the Africa Twin is Honda's real re-entry into what they call the true adventure market. They're going to produce a lot more bikes like this in the future. This is the first real one in that guise, that's sort of the halo bike of the range, if you like. But I have to say, they've done a fantastic job of making the bike feel true to the Africa Twin identity, be able to manage off-road like you can't believe a big bike could, yet remain a touring bike and a town bike and a little bit of a sports bike all in one.